Hey guys, so I'm actually in the middle of editing this video and I realized I didn't do the disclaimer, so I just want you guys to know that I'm not at all bragging about any of this stuff in this video. I'm just showing you guys my collection because I personally love watching what people have in their collection, seeing what they like, and seeing if there's anything that I want. So I hope you guys think the same way and don't think I'm bragging, but I just want you to know that I'm not. I'm just gonna get right into the video, and I love you guys. Hey guys, so today I'm starting my makeup collection series. I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna call it yet. I'm gonna come up with a fun little name though. But I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see first, and a really awesome Instagrammer named Makeup by Vanessa told me to do my eyeshadow palette, so that is what I'm doing. I am splitting this into two different videos. I was going to do it high-end and drugstore, but I personally have a lot more drugstore products than I do high-end, so I just split it in half. And I split it up between my high-end and drugstore palettes, so we're going to get a little bit of both in each video. So let's just get started. My first palette, I have two of these big-ass matte palettes. This one is from Love & Beauty by Forever 21, and it's actually awesome quality. I got this probably like 2 years ago or something, or like a year ago, and it's so awesome. It's super pigmented. If you guys can find this, it's their just matte eyeshadow palette, that's all it's called, but it's really awesome, really pigmented, and I'm pretty sure it's probably only about like 10 bucks. So if you're new to makeup and you don't want to spend too much, this is an awesome all matte palette. And then again, with an all matte palette, I have just another matte palette by Beauty Treats. It's not as good as the Love & Beauty one, but it's still pretty good, and I really enjoy that it has a lot of pops of colors, but also stays really warm and neutral because I love warm eyeshadows. That's kind of what I lean towards. So yeah, if you guys see this anywhere, I got mine at Burlington Coat Factory, but they probably have them anywhere that sells Beauty Treats. They might even have it on Shop Miss A's like sister site. What's it called? I'm gonna link it down below. If you guys do find this, it's an awesome find. I want to say this was only like 6 bucks, so yeah. So this is W7's palette in Bronze Queen. It's super pretty, has a lot of warm colors, and it's actually super good quality. This is a super awesome everyday palette. It is a little bit more cool toned, but it has some warm shadows in there, like this brown, so it is awesome for every day. Next, I have this Wet n Wild Fergie palette. They did rebrand, so they do still have this palette, but it's called something else, and it just doesn't have the Fergie on it anymore. But it's pretty much the same thing, and I absolutely love this palette. It's so pigmented. The shimmers and the mattes are awesome. They're just super pigmented. They blend out so easily. That's them right there. And this palette, I believe, is only like $7. You can find it probably at Walgreens or Target, and probably wherever else sells Wet n Wild, except I know you can't find it at Walmart because Walmart does have their own exclusive eyeshadow palette with Wet n Wild that is only sold there. I have some palettes that are from the same brand, so I'm just going to go with the brand right now. So I have some more W7. I have their In the Mood palette, which is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Naked Basics. I don't know if it's the first or the second one. I'll let you guys know down below, but these are super pigmented too. Like, I think W7 does a really awesome job on their palettes. I like their brand because they're kind of a brand to try and dupe stuff. Like, that's, I think, the whole idea of their brand is they dupe high-end products. I do have products by them that are supposed to be like the dupes of high-end products, so I might do a video just like showing you guys those. If you guys do want a video on that, let me know. And then I have both the In the Nude and In the Buff, and I believe these are only about like $7. You can probably find them in the United States at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. I will link where you can get these down below, but this one is In the Buff, and it's supposed to be a dupe for the Naked 2. And then In the Nude, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Naked 3. And I do plan on doing videos on these with my Naked 2 and Naked 3 because I want to see if they're actual legit dupes, like if they're worth it. Next, I have some e.l.f. palettes. I have two of their Prism palettes, one in Sunset, one in Naked. I don't know why I'm showing you the palettes. I should show you the inside. So this one is Sunset and this one is Naked, and these are just so pigmented and they're only about $10. I got mine, this is an awkward place to swatch, but that's them. That's one swatch, that's nothing built up. So they're super pigmented and I love these. I especially love this one just because I like the color range. Let's swatch them. I'll swatch them on my wrist. So those are the swatches. I know, really awkward swatches, but yeah. These are just super awesome. I would totally recommend their Prism palettes if you guys are a shimmery kind of eyeshadow person, because they are so shimmery and metallic, and only $10 each for a palette. And you can find these at Target. I have their newer palettes. I have their Everyday Smoky palette. This one's just their more cool tone one. People try to say it's like supposed to be a dupe for the Naked Smoky, but it's definitely not at all. But I would say the quality's decent. E.l.f. usually does do pretty nice palettes. They're pretty pigmented. I just know that some of these aren't consistent with the rest. Like, not all of the shadows in this palette are good, but most of them are pretty good. And again, this is only a $10 palette. And the one that I'm most impressed with is their Mad for Matte palette. And this one is amazing. This one is so good. Every one of the shadows in here is pigmented and buttery and blends amazing. I use this in my recent back to school tutorial, so I will link that down below if you guys are interested in watching that. But they're just everyday warm tone shadows. Like, if you're a beginner, I would definitely get this. Like, this is the only matte palette you would need because it has everything you need. It has your lighter shades, your medium warm tones, and your darker ones that can help you achieve the perfect smoky eye. So I have these two hard candy palettes. These are all shimmery. They're not terrible, but they're pretty chunky, and some of them are just like very glittery. This palette though, in Pinking of You, is my favorite because I think that this one's the most consistent, and I think that these shadows are really buttery and metallic. So I guess the two I would recommend from Hard Candy are this one and Birthday Suit, which is their all matte palette, which is actually really good as well. And these ones are only about like $6 or $7. So if you don't want to spend $10 on the e.l.f. one, which I would recommend you do because it's still a little bit better than the Birthday Suit one, get the Birthday Suit. Mine broke though, so I was sad about that. I just haven't repurchased it for some reason. Oh, I know why. I was going to repurchase it, but they were out of stock and I was really upset. And the last one is Raining Men, and I've kept this one in my collection just because the colors are really awesome and unique. I feel like these two colors are really pretty. I really like this maroon and this more like peachy, like pinky champagne color, I'm gonna call it. And then these greens are really pretty, but again, some of these are just chunky. I don't know, maybe I need to play around with them more because now that I'm swatching them, like, they feel chunky in the pan, but swatched, I mean, this one kind of does look chunky, but it's really pretty and they're pigmented, and even blending them out, like some shadows I know blend out to like nothing. These ones just blend out to look less chalky, less chunky. So I'm gonna try this out a little bit more because I don't use it as much as I would like to. So I'm going to test out these a little bit more. The problem is they have no matte eyeshadows, so I would have to go and use a matte shadow from some other palette. So you couldn't get a full look from this. I mean, you could if you're someone who just puts like a shimmery shadow on your lid or something like that. These would be awesome, but that's another problem. They just don't have any matte palettes. These are, I mean, they don't have any matte colors. They're all shimmers, but they're really pretty and they're only $6. So I would say that this is definitely worth it if you're a beginner, but if you do want better quality palettes, there definitely are out there. And then this NYC Levotics Demi palette. This one's supposed to be kind of like a dupe for the Naked one. And these eyeshadows are seriously like so good. They are so bomb, so pigmented. I'll do some of the darker ones. They blend out really nicely. I think I'm gonna do a tutorial with this palette because it is only like $6 and you can find it at Target and Walmart. So let me know if you guys would like me to do a tutorial with this palette. Okay, and one palette that I'm struggling with because I don't know if I like it or not, and I haven't used it a lot because the one time I did use it, I did not like it. And it is the Revealed 3, and I did get this in a BoxyCharm like last summer. So I've had it for a while, and the colors are nice. I like these purples, that they have this pink and red, and they're mostly just like neutrals, warm tones, and golds. I need to play with it more. This is another one I wanted to do a tutorial with. I kind of wanted to do like a first impression with it, but it's not going to be technically a first impression, so I don't know what I'm going to call it. I kind of want to do a series where I like try stuff out that I haven't tried for a while and see my like opinion of it now. So let me know if you guys want to see this with this palette, because whenever I swatch it, the shades seem nice, but I feel like they're the kind of shades that are super powdery, and once they're blended out, they are nothing. So I think I will do that little series. Let me know what I should call it. I'm thinking of calling it something like, I don't know. I have no idea. So if you guys have any ideas of names, if you kind of understand what I'm trying to say, like trying products in my collection that I haven't been using for a while, that I know I haven't used in a while, and seeing how I feel about them. So if you guys have some good suggestions for names for that kind of series, let me know. We are almost done. I have 2 Covergirl palettes. They're the nudes and the goldens, and I feel like on YouTube they were talked about a lot, and they're really good. I want to say they're $10.99 or $11. They come with 8 shadows. They have a variety of matte and shimmers, and I really like that. They're super pigmented, super nice, and they blend really well. I think Covergirl did amazing with these shadows. I have like nowhere to swatch. Hold on. Okay, so that's my swatch from the Goldens palette. Or no, this is the nudes palette that I just swatched from. This is from the Goldens. And they have this really, like these really fun greens that I don't see a lot of drugstore palettes have. And they just all blend out amazing. I just really like these palettes. I think these palettes are totally worth the hype, and I really want to get roses. Next, I have the Naked on the Run. This one, I think, was like, I don't know if this one was limited edition, because I've seen it on Ulta's website like in the past recently. I got this like 2 Christmases ago. It came with like a mascara, an eyeliner, a lip gloss, and then it has the 5 eyeshadows, a highlighter, which sucks, a blush, and a bronzer. I don't really like these that much. The eyeshadows are awesome, but this was so bulky. I just never find myself using it. The only time, this is awful, the only time I use it is for the big ass mirror. It's just like one of those things, it's such a bulky palette. I don't want to like take it out. I have so many other palettes that can achieve the same look that this one can, so that's one of the reasons I really don't reach for this one that much. But the eyeshadows are awesome quality. Every palette I've tried from Urban Decay was awesome, so I would recommend Urban Decay eyeshadows like to the moon and back. They're awesome. This one's just a little bit bulky, and I don't like the blush or the bronzer really that much, so I don't reach for it that much. And last is seriously one of the best palettes I own. This is the Makeup Revolution Artist Palette. It's their more like neutral, warm and cool toned palette. It, again, like I said, has a mixture of warm tones, cool tones. It has a nice matte kind of like gray color, and then this awesome matte black. Have an awesome like gold, a really pretty kind of lighter champagne color, I would consider it, a nice light white, really pretty just browns that you could wear in the lid. This is just an awesome palette. Makeup Forever does really like high quality eyeshadows. I want to try some more of them, but this is about like $49, so it's kind of expensive. You do get 9 shadows, so I think this is an awesome quality palette, and the price is not too bad if you're willing to splurge. So I did not realize I was gonna get through this video so quickly. I'm only on like 18 minutes, which I thought I was gonna be on like 30. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys' support. Let me know if you guys want to see the part 2 of the eyeshadows next, or whatever category you want to see next in the comments below. Or you can go on my Instagram. I am going to be posting like a little picture sneak peek of this video before I do post this video. So when you see this, do go on that picture and let me know what you want to see next. I will see you in my next video. Bye!